Bit of a quicker start this time.
And they're racing.
Down to turn
and
one.
Cranston chops the door.
That was a big move, wasn't it? That was either going to work or it wasn't.
And Drysdale straight back up the inside. Nice late move. Squeezing him out.
Again, we see Yardley. P3. We've got one.
94 there.
He's got a
23.
broken nose by the looks of that. Broken NASA panel, actually.
NASA panel. Do you call them noses in Aussie?
It just looks like a nose, you know. So, see the drivers behind from third backwards have actually maintained a close gap in this one in comparison to previous races.
Drysdale leads the first lap from Cranston right there. This is going to be an epic battle, I'm feeling. Yardley just there. We've got Polishek. Then we've got Josh Donahue, Liam Lawson. Over there.
50.003 standing lap time. After lap 1 of 12. See there, Cranston had a 0.2 of a second gap between he and the leader, Dylan Drysdale, at the completion of lap number 1. We're going to change for third as well.
So Polishek showing some good early speed here, the South Island champion. Oh yeah. Watch Cranston go into the Manawatu Twido, really chucks it in, you know, really aggressive.
So Dylan Drysdale still your leader. He, of course, competed in the World Finals last year too, representing New Zealand. Did pretty well.
Well, he was a Kiwi, so of course he did well.
That is true. That is true.
So he showed the sort of class driver he was yesterday. You know, he's just actually a couple of car lengths then there. Was a 10th quicker than Cranston on the last lap, but Polishek was right there. Yardley 45.7 for Drysdale, 45.8 for Cranston. Polishek with a 45.7. Also Yardley with a 45.7 as well. So the front four, not much in between them. We've got two Manawatu boys, then we've got the two boys from Christchurch. And in fifth, we've got Liam Lawson from Mount Wellington.
It's interesting, the top four are the only drivers in a 45-second lap time in this race so far as well. They're sort of in two battles by two. That makes sense. Two leaders and then third and fourth. Polishek's been a good drive for him so far in this motor race as they head down to turn 2. Field fairly well spread out back behind them in this one. After 4 laps, 45.451, so Drysdale improves his time even further.
But Cranston went with him, another 45.4.
Still 8 laps remaining in this race too.
So just when we thought Drysdale was just starting to pull out, Jacobs just started to, pull it back. So although it's a different chassis between the two, they're actually out of the same factory. So one's the Esprit, yes but no but.
Out of the OTK brand.
OTK.
Because OTK covers Esprit, Tony Kart, Cosmic.
FA.
So just having a complete mental blank.
So Yardley's just got Polishek back for third. Well, he set his personal best on the last lap as well at a 45.5. Now, just for you guys at home, Drysdale did a 44.9 in qualifying. So they're about half a second off the qualifying pace, which is what you expect after a couple of heats on these tyres.
Actually interesting to watch because, of course, in Australia, all Rotax racing is done on a Mojo tyre. And then over here, obviously, being the MG tyre. So you talk to some of the drivers as we're going to change for the lead at turn 2. Some of the drivers who compete both in Australia and over here, and they say there is somewhat of a difference actually with so far as how the car handles, not car, and how setup wise and tyre life, tyre management. So something to consider.
So Cranston looking good here. So he passed and he still did a 45.5. Looking back through the field, with the Matthew Payne started 14th. He's worked his way up to 10th. Maddie Stewart, she's made up one position, started 10th up into the 9th. Caleb Nato, running in the 8th position, started from the 12th.
Matt Payne actually 45.683, new personal best time of the race, and that lap actually has him up within the sort of the top 5 drivers as far as lap times go. Runs out of the Pacific Kart Sport team when he races in Australia. Dale Beryl on the crew.
So well-known New Zealand karter, Dale Beryl from many moons ago. So Cranston, fastest lap of the race there, 43.5. Just got a half a second buffer over Drysdale. Just can't stay with him, can he?
Yeah, he's managed to get through on that move down at turn 2 a couple of laps ago, and has subsequently extended his lead with 3 laps remaining when they next cross the line in front of our commentary position here. So the 45.3 for Cranston, 45.5.
Oh, Drysdale. If you look down, Drysdale's lost his side pod. His left side pod is missing.
How does that happen?
Well, they didn't make contact, did they?
No. Really, that's a strange thing to happen. So suitably, the race officials reported that's going to make it a seriously difficult final.
Yeah. And there is, he's just pulled in. Now that's devastating, isn't it?
Because he was, of course, going for his second number 1 plate of the weekend. But as I say, as far as that's concerned, what have we got? 23 entries.
Yeah, 17 laps.
It's going to be no easy task, and he's really going to have to get a run on early. And of course, we saw yesterday, as far as drivers working their way back, Jordan Boys in that final for Rotax Light. He's starting from 7th, and the idea is, do you go with a setup that sets the kart up to be fast off the mark and try and pick those karts in the mid-pack up, but then of course you run into the difficulty of whether the kart can maintain that speed late in the race. On the flip side of that as well, you've also got to consider if Jacob Cranston now, who will start pole, assuming that he completes the win 1 lap to go, that he doesn't break away too early like we saw Matthew Kinsman do yesterday in that Rotax Light final. So,
well, he just put in the fast lap of the race, another 10th, a 45.2 he's just done there, But you look at all these guys here where, Dylan Drysdale was only doing 45.4s, right the way back to 8th. They're all doing 45.5s, so that pace, in the midfield, they've obviously been working hard at it, and it's going to make it tough.
Yeah, 45.470 last lap as well for Ryan Yardley in P2, so he's not able to convincingly get the lap times that Cranston's been able to achieve, but checkered flag, Jacob Cranston, he'll start P1 in the final for Junior Max here at the 2015 CB Norwood Kart Sport New Zealand National Championships. Ryan Yardley taking P2, Aidan Polishek P3, Lawson 4th, Josh Donoghue 5th, and Jaden Ransley, Caleb Nartoa, Maddie Stewart, Matthew Payne, rounding out the top 9, 45.683. Matthew Payne's quickest time, as we pointed out, when he picked his way through from 14th to eventually finish 9th.